Look, Donald Trump slammed the White House for a Wall Street Journal report because it claimed the Obama administration paid $400 million to Iran for the release of the American hostages. This story is out there, and it continues. Listen to this, Colonel. I want to get your reaction.
Sure.
Took $400 million, put it in airplanes, and flew it over to Iran. Folks, how stupid are we? How stupid are we? I wonder what happens with that $400 million. I wonder who ends up getting it. The deal we made with Iran, and that probably was hostage money, to get hostages out for $400 million, because it was exact timing. Our leaders are incompetent.
Was this money ransom for the folks that were released?
No, it was not. It is against the policy of the United States to pay ransom for hostages.
Yeah, we're laughing over here because what else could it be? I mean, the Journal is reporting, Colonel, that the Department of Justice actually raised concerns about the timing of this payment, but those concerns were overruled by the State Department. I mean, you look at the facts. The money was transferred on the same day that the hostages were released, number one. Number two, the money was all in, cash, not in dollars, but in euros, Swiss francs, in an unmarked jet. I mean, you might as well put it in a paper bag and put it under the table for drug money. Why? Why all the secrets if it was all on the level? And number three, the Iranians immediately called it ransom in their publicity.
Well, exactly. I mean, this is an international version of the brown bag being passed across the table during a lunch. So what you see is absolutely correct. It's beyond the pale that they're trying to lie about it. If DOJ says it looks like ransom, it's ransom. If the Iranians say it's ransom, it's ransom. It is. This is not the first time, Maria, they've done this. They actually did this for Bergdahl. It was kind of brushed under the rug. For the Bergdahl exchange, they actually paid Qatar something on the order of $1 billion+ to basically take the Taliban 5 as part of the Taliban part of the exchange of Bo Bergdahl. And the fact is, we don't know where that money even went. We think some of that went back to the Taliban. Yeah. So what happens now, when this happens, the money goes out to places like North Korea for initial research, at least in the case of nuclear research, in the case of the Iranians. This is not a good deal. This is what it is. What it appears to be is exactly what it is.
Yeah, and we know that it's probably going to terrorism, because this is the leading state sponsor of terrorism. Iran.
And the White House's defense was just, no, that's against the law.
Sure. We don't do that.
We talk about Hillary's
emails. You just did. Yeah.
I mean, emails are one thing, but this is endangering the lives of Americans everywhere. I mean, this to me is the worst, the lowest of the
Three more Iranian Americans arrested since this payment was made. That's why we don't pay ransom. $2 billion in New York banks that Iran wants back. Mark my words, you're going to see another payment, another ransom deal to release those three people before the inauguration in January, or at least that's what Iran's going to demand.
Well, this is all part of the $1.7 billion that we're giving them.
There's an additional $2 billion that's in New York banks that Iran wants, that the courts here have said, no, that money goes to the victims of your state-sponsored terrorism, but they're going to demand that back, too.
Unbelievable. Lieutenant, good to see you. Thanks so much, Colonel.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Lieutenant Colonel Schaefer joining us there.